Hello, this is a free download from BBC Radio 7. Aren't you modern? For more information about Newsjack, plus details on how to write for it, visit www.bbc.co.uk/radio7. For details on how to actually write, you'll have to go somewhere else. Hello, and welcome to another brand new episode of Newsjack here on BBC Radio 7, the topical show which manages to hang on to its youthful style and vigour despite being surrounded by a bunch of oldies you've grown up with. We really are the Kate Middleton of Radio 7. On the subject of the royal family, St James's Palace have announced that Middleton's current squeeze, Prince William, will spend next week visiting disaster zones. And after spending a week with his Uncle Andrew, he'll then be heading... We'll be heading to New Zealand and Australia to see how people are coping there. It has, of course, been a dreadful week for Prince Andrew, who is now afraid that his role of trade ambassador will be scaled back to just ass. Scotland's First Minister, Alex Salmond, attended a summit following the violence at a recent Celtic and Rangers football match. Come on, guys, it's only a game. It's not important like war, politics or cricket. In other news, David Cameron shared a sofa with an owl this week on The One Show, the popular chat show which provides audiences with some much-needed light relief after the considerably more taxing news round. Interviewer Matt Baker posed the question, "How do you sleep at night?" To which the owl replied, "Well, I'm nocturnal, it's not really a big issue for me." While David Cameron spun his head 360 degrees before throwing up the bones of a mouse. On with the show! This week, members of the SAS were captured by rebels in eastern Libya during a botched mission, not only denting our national pride, but even worse, letting William Hague down. Joining me now to explain themselves are two members of the SAS whose voices have been altered, not to hide their identities, but just to hide their shame. Simon, Steve, welcome.
A pleasure to be here, Miles.
It certainly is.
It's an interesting voice to choose.
MOD cookbacks. I've had to borrow this one from my next-door neighbour.
So, you're meant to be the most elite fighting force this country has to offer. What went wrong?
Well, the thing you've got to remember, Miles, is that all this stuff is quite tricky.
Well, of course.
Especially as there are only three of us.
Only three?
Of course. Simon, Andy, Steve, SAS.
And where's Andy?
He's on a book tour.
Has there always only been the three of you?
Yes, it is just a club we started at school that got a bit out of hand.
You started the SAS at school?
Yeah, but back then we called it the No Girls Allowed Club.
Well, thanks for coming on this show.
Glad to be of service, Miles.
Oh, and if you see Andy, could you ask him to sign my copy of Bravo 20?
Sure, but he'll have to use a fake signature.
To hide his identity?
No, he just can't write very well.
A think tank has suggested that volunteers could be used to fill gaps in the NHS, which is a bit like buying your child a potty for Christmas because he'd asked for a Nintendo Wii. But let's see how they got on.
Nurse. Scalpel.
Oh, which one's that then?
Don't you know?
I'm not really a nurse, I'm a librarian. I'm volunteering.
Oh, well, that is awkward because I'm not actually a surgeon. Yeah. I'm an undertaker. Yeah. I've always wanted to see things from this side of the coffin, you know. You, other nurse.
Yeah?
Forceps, please. Grippy things? Bit like pliers?
Dunno.
Oh, you a volunteer too?
Yeah, but I got laid off. I used to be a lollipop lady, innit?
Right.
And I'm on work experience?
Oh, good grief. Is anyone here not a volunteer? Anyone know which bit to cut off?
I do.
You're just a volunteer hospital porter.
Yes, but in my day job, I'm an orthopaedic surgeon.
Offering an extraordinary insight into the man fourth in line to the British throne, Newsjack presents The Diary of Prince Andrew, Duke of York. Sunday.
Spent all day trade envoying like mad. God, it's tough being a trade envoy. Finished at 2, then went to see Romeo and Juliet with Jeffrey Epstein. Lovely bloke.
Monday.
Traded loads of envoys today. really getting the hang of this, it was like trade, 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 to trade, trade, to trade, to trade, to trade, trade, to trade. Barely had any swaps left at the end of the day. And I got 2 shinies. Went to an event in Coventry where I met a woman called Mary. While we were talking, she started petting a little cat. And then she picked it up and threw it into a wheelie bin. Lovely woman.
Tuesday.
You got an envoy? Consider it traded. That was me today. Also, met a fashion designer while trade envoying. Gave me some socks with an attractive pattern on it. Like a cross, but not. John Galliano. Lovely bloke.
Wednesday.
Trade envoy Bosh. That was what today was like. Finally decided on a wedding present for Wills. I think he's probably already got a toaster, but this one's got a removable crumb tray. Had lunch with Skeletor. Lovely bloke.
Thursday.
Got off to a great start today and was trading some envoys like a mother. I kept getting distracted by all the newspapers. Don't people appreciate an envoy trader when they see one? You know, goody? And why are the papers questioning my judgment anyway? I always thought I was a great judge of character. After all, I married Sarah Ferguson. Total babe.
Wales is a lot like a teenager, always moaning about independence and using its own distinct and unintelligible language. The country took a further step last week with a referendum accelerating its lawmaking powers. With us to discuss this is...
Hang on a moment, Miles.
How's your horses, Mr. Jupp?
Who are you? Where have you come from?
Never you mind who we are, or where we come from. In both cases, you probably couldn't pronounce it.
What? We weren't even going to make it...
Oh, we know your kind. Just because Wales makes the news, you trot out all the old clichés and dreadful puns.
Yeah, calling us lambs to the slaughter.
That's not in there.
You'll be sorry you got more power.
No.
Referendum, down, down,
No, there is nothing like that in the show. Now, if you'll please leave the stage, I would like to get on with the next item.
All right, well, good. It's taken a long time for this level of independence. We don't want people making cheap jokes about it.
Absolutely. Lanfar Pulgwyn Gerchet Gerger in Landrobo Lanticilio Gogo. Good for you.
Yeah, whatever.
In an effort to make smoking less attractive, the government is bringing in tough new laws, because clearly being asked to part with £6 to contract lung cancer and smell like Doc Cotton's curtains isn't unattractive enough. One plan is to sell cigarettes in plain packets, something I'm pleased to hear, as I've always been too shy to ask for them and end up buying chewing gum instead. Another plan is to keep them under the counter.
Hello?
20 Marlboro Lights, please.
Marlboro Lights. Marlboro Lights. Now, they're down here somewhere. Somewhere. Okay, are they in this box here? No, not these. Maybe this box here. Maybe this box. No.
Can I help you at all?
No. You're not allowed to see.
Right.
These have to be kept away from view. Now then, maybe in this box. No. Maybe this box. Maybe this box. Now, while I'm looking, I should ask, are you over 16?
Well, not right now, but don't worry, by the time you find them, I will be.
Good. Okay, maybe this box. Yeah. No. Maybe this box. Ah! Cigarettes.
Right.
Fume, cigaretten. Now, it was 20.
Marlboro Lights.
Marlboro Lights. Now, with this plain packaging, they all look the same to me. These?
No.
These?
No.
These?
No.
These?
No.
These?
No. Oh, can I get this bag of crisps while I'm waiting, please?
No, this system isn't so bad after all. Make a fortune.
Opinions are like grandparents. If you reach the age of 30 and you still have 4, you're doing rather well. With that in mind, we've asked the public to offer up theirs for public scrutiny by sending them in to the Jack app.
The Jack app.
Please leave your message after the tone.
During Prime Minister's questions, David Cameron often complains about inheriting this mess from Labour, which is odd. He's never had a problem with inheriting stuff in the past.
There aren't many footballers of Ashley Cole's calibre. .22, I believe.
March the 8th was International Women's Day. I considered becoming a woman once, but now that the cost of their car insurance has increased, there doesn't seem to be much point.
The Tourism Board said this week that Britain should start using its weather as a selling point. Who to? Noah?
Coming soon to 4, and firm in the belief that a floppy-tongued chef can solve serious political issues, we present Jamie's Dream Country.
Wallop, until 2 weeks ago, I thought Libya was just a part of a woman's fanny. Turns out it's a country in turmoil, and Channel 4 have asked me to go in as head of state to sort it out. Ha! Pucker!
Continuing the patronising notion that celebrities can succeed where highly trained professionals have failed.
I'm going to be bringing in some of the most famous people in Britain to sort out this mess. For Ministry of Defence, bish bash bosh, I'm appointing Ross Kemp. Who's Culture Minister? Wallop, dosh, people of Libya. I give you none other than Richard and Judy. Whoa, whack it in the oven, lovely.
Bringing freedom to North Africa and giving us a new range of Libyan flavour shakers, Jamie's Dream Country, coming soon to Channel 4.
I'm old enough to remember when Sky News was just a grandiose term for the weather forecast. But in recent years, it's become better known as a place where news and CGI meet, leaving Adam Boulton looking like a chubby avatar. Last week, Rupert Murdoch agreed to turn Sky News into a new, independently funded company in order to take over Sky B. We here at Newsjack are nervous about how a similar change of ownership will affect the bombastic approach adopted by our sister network across the pond, Newsfox.
Newsfox.
Putting the fair into welfare.
You're listening to Newsfax. On your Karl Marx, get set, go!
In the news this week, car insurance companies will no longer be able to charge based on gender, meaning women will be charged more for insuring their gas-guzzling planet murderers. We spoke to our senior non-gender-specific news analyst, Chuck Evenly.
Well, I suppose that's the price we pay for gender equality, but at the same time, shouldn't women be rewarded for being better drivers? But isn't that a gender stereotype, or am I just being patronizing? Oh, God.
Newsfox.
Because when you're left, you're always right.
In entertainment news, actor Charlie Sheen has been sacked from comedy 2.5 Men. For more goss, we spoke to our entertainment reporter and New York Times literary review editor and noted feminist Andrea Booksmart.
Actually, Charlie Sheen is a man going through some tough times right now. I don't think it would be appropriate to discuss him any further.
Thanks, Andrea.
I love my vagina.
Newsfox.
4 legs good, 2 legs awesome.
That's all from Newsfox. Join us at 8 for the weather when Gloria Stakhanovite Al Gore will tell you how we're all going to die and how it's all your fault.
Peace out, America. Peace out, Newsfox.
Newsfox.
Hello. Can I get 20 Benson and Hedges and...
Sorry. I'm still serving this young lady.
Sorry.
This one?
No.
These?
No.
Last week saw the Liberal Democrats suffer a humiliating defeat in the Barnsley by-election. This news makes this the most exciting by-election since an administrative error meant that Lewisham Deptford accidentally elected the letter X. But for many, the most important angle is that the United Kingdom Independence Party came second. To discuss this news, we're joined by UKIP's Barnsley representative, Jane Lockdown. Hello, Jane.
Thank you, Miles. It's an honour to visit these shores. Please allow me to shake your hand, which I believe is a custom in the UK.
OK, but you come from the UK as well, don't you? I mean, I know Barnsley's in the north, but it sort of counts, doesn't it?
Actually, Miles, I speak to you now as a citizen of the independent state of Barnsley. Or so it shall become if our stratospheric rise to power continues. An independent Barnsley has always been the dream for us at UBIP.
Sorry, UBIP?
Yes, Miles, the United Barnsley Independent Party. We want Barnsley to be completely independent. We want to take our policymaker decisions away from the faceless bureaucrats in Rotherham. And We at UBIP will not rest until we have an 18-foot-high wall separating us from Leeds.
Blimey, so what else do you want from an independent Barnsley, then?
Actually, if elected, we will immediately close the borders,